Hello, this is Dr. V from Ask Dr. V TV, and today I'm demonstrating a little bit of time management on the golf course. That's not the title of my presentation today, but just I would like to introduce my partner Nick. So I found some time to spend time with my partner away from the kids after I took my son to the doctor. He's fine, he just needs some antibiotics for an ear infection. So time in nature, so I'm sitting on the grass here on the golf course, and time for some exercise because after this video we're gonna hit some balls and walk around the course. So that's three things in one go. How's that for time management? Getting some exercise, some me time, some partner time, and some time in nature to recharge myself, all in one go. So I think that's very good time management, I think myself. And in the background here you see the clubhouse where we're going to have a nice dinner afterwards too. So then we don't have to bother about cooking today. Now the title of my presentation was going to be today, don't let your past take your power away, and this is very important. I've heard it from many of my teachers, and not everybody realizes that a lot of the thinking and actions and in circumstances you have in your life right now as an adult are actually based on the beliefs you got from your parents. Because when we are very young, like the first 7 years of our lives, all the information we get basically comes from our parents, what they do, what they say, how they act towards us. That's what we think is normal, that's what we imprint, and we start on acting like them. Even though as a teenager some of us might rebel against that, deep down it's still often our belief system. And if their beliefs were, like for instance in my case, I guess one of the beliefs that I got from my parents was you can't be wealthy unless you work really hard, and you should never ever stop working or studying or take time off to rest. Or I was not allowed to stay home when I had bad flu, or even when I had Epstein-Barr virus and I passed out during my exam at school because I was so ill. But my parents were convinced that there was no reason to ever not go to school or not go to work. And of course, if you've been brought up in that kind of family situation, and I've been pushing myself and my body to the limits in many work and study environments, I am the ideal case to get burnout, of course. And I realize now that the first time I got burned out was during my medical training. I was like a house doctor, the only one in the whole emergency department. I was on call for 14 days and nights in a row. I had to sleep in a hospital room, and the day after I had finished those 14 days, and I survived those 14 days, but the day after I had to write a really hard exam. And of course I was completely burned out and I couldn't get out of bed. And that is, I didn't realize it was burnout at that stage, but that's what it's like. You used up your energy for things that are not you, and no time to recharge, and that's when you get burnout. And luckily my GP at the moment was really good, and he gave me all kinds of supplements and vitamins and minerals, and 2 weeks off or something, and I was better after that. So that's actually what I needed at that stage. So this is one thing that holds us back from the past, is the beliefs you have inherited or taken on from your family while you grew up in your early years. So I would like you to post here whether you have any aha moments about beliefs that you have from your parents that maybe are not working well for you in your adult life now. It might be maybe your parents thought that wealthy people are always horrible people and nasty people, and therefore you think you don't want to be wealthy. That's one option. Or they might have convinced you that you're not clever enough to get a degree in whatever you wanted to. Or they might have convinced you that the only way to make a living is to go in informatics. It can be different things for different people. So I just gave you an example from my own life, but I would like to get some examples from you too. That would be really interesting to see what old beliefs might be holding you back now, and then we can move past that. I mean, if you just realize that you can let go of these old beliefs and you are in the now, and all that exists now. That's number two that I want to tell you today, is the past is really not relevant anymore. We might have learned lessons from the past, but we are a different person every day. When we wake up, we have a chance to start new. And it's not, for instance, because you were abused as a child that you have to abuse your children now. You have the choice to change. You have the opportunity every day to do it differently. Okay, so past doesn't matter. All you have is now. And every moment in the now is an opportunity for you to reinvent yourself and be a new and improved version of yourself. And that can change over the years, of course. I mean, 30 years ago it was my dream to become a flying doctor, and now it's my dream to become a motivational speaker and to share all my knowledge with as many people as possible, because I don't want other people to go through this burnout like I did, and I know how to get out of it fast because I've explored all the options. So to go back to the subject from today, don't let the past take away your power. Can you think of another example, Nick?
Not offhand, no. I think everything you've said is actually spot on. It's, like how you mimic your parents as such. So you need to try and get over those old days, the thoughts and habits of the old days. So it's very important. Like not going to work with flu, for example, so you infect everyone else. And honestly, when you've got your burnout, you're highly stressed, you actually infect other people as well. So it's important to knock that on.
Yes, because you become very irritable also, so you ruin other people's days.
Exactly.
Because you're
exactly. Yes. Yep.
So I know I had like a third point to make, but it escaped me at the moment. Oh yes, it's one of the main key lessons from Louise Hay is about loving yourself. And one of the exercises you can do when you have a past that made you feel maybe inferior or not so good, or you're not happy with the way it made you feel, what I suggest you do in the next week is every day you walk past the mirror or see your reflection in the window, you say hi to yourself, and you say, "Hi, good looking," or "Hi, nice lady," or "Hi, I like you, do you want to talk?" So basically you're recognizing yourself as somebody positive in your own life. You show yourself some love, you show your reflection some love, but of course it bounces back to you. So I've got two questions from you, apart from liking this video and sharing it and checking out my website at www.burnoutexpert.com. So it would be nice if you could share which big aha moment do you have here about limiting beliefs that you got from your parents that are taking away your power now, stopping you from doing what you really want to do and shining the best version of yourself. And second of all, it's great that you start loving yourself, and that mirror exercise from Louise Hay is the start of it. It's worked miracles for many people all over the world, because some people, it's sad if you don't like yourself, but if you can look yourself in the eyes in the mirror and say, I mean, you start with saying hi, but at the end of the week you can actually say to yourself, "I love you," and then you really have that connection with your rebuild with yourself and with your self-love, which is very important, because then you will start making decisions that are good for you, that are healthy for you. Okay, so yeah, we covered quite a lot of stuff. Started with a little bit of time management on the golf course, and then went to taking your power back from the past. So I hope it was useful for you, and I will be back tomorrow around the same time or a bit earlier, and I'll see you then. Bye from Dr. V.